Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the playoffs for 2023. Yankees versus Mariners. Zach Eflin getting the start against Garrett Cole. Let's get right into it right now as the playoffs stand. The Giants are up 1-0 in the Padres in the NLDS. The other NLDS, the Cardinals up on the Braves 1-0. Cleveland versus the Angels. Yankees versus the Mariners. Oh, let me mute the TV so that I don't get the feedback. I don't have 4 valid lineups. What happened there? Oh, because of LaCastro. Right. What's up, Gibby? Indeed, that was a terrible championship game. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Glad I turned it off at halftime. And I went and did other stuff. So, game 1 of the ALDS. Of course, everybody for the Yankees very, very well rested. Garrett Cole gets the ball. Let's see. Polanco, Gallo, Arenado, Olsen, Garcia, Dominguez, Conforto, Contreras, and Cabrera. The usual suspects. But yes, congratulations to your Bulldogs for winning 65-7. It was basically almost never close. It really looked like a pro team versus a college team, or a pro team versus a AAA team. The speed with which Georgia moved, this is the reason why you'll probably have like two dozen guys drafted this coming draft. So TCU will have a couple. That's about it. So, Seattle Mariners, Yankees, of course, very familiar with each other in the ALDS, faced each other in one of the first ever ALDSs back in 1995, after the original expansion of the playoffs. Yeah, Gibby, I mean, the thing is you guys, there was never a doubt, even when TCU got that early touchdown to make it 10-7, you immediately answered and made it 17-7, and even at that point, I'm like, oh, this game is over. TCU is lost. They're lost on the field, right? Like, making bonehead plays, bad turnovers, and with the speed with which you guys operated at. But again, this is why, in general, I just can't watch college football. I just can't, because stuff like that is way too common. Garrett Cole, you see there his numbers on the year: 32 starts, a 20-3 record, a 2.02 ERA, 225 strikeouts. Randy Arozarena, 9 home runs, 62 RBI, a 240 average, will lead off. Yeah, you'll have a handful of people maybe from TCU, and that's just off the plate, says the umpire. 1-0, sure looked like a strike to me, and already the umpires are terrible. Is this one humpback liner by Polanco, and it's a leadoff base hit for Arozarena. Probably, Gibby, probably. But again, Jim Harbaugh can't win the big one, so what else is new? J.P. Crawford now, shortstop for Seattle. Takes, they call it a ball. 1-0, 8 home runs, 47 RBI in the year, a 259 average. And then that one called a strike at the knees, 1-1. So again, the umpires already terrible behind the plate as Contreras throws on the second. Arozarena had a big lead. 1-2 now to Crawford, as that's off the plate. 2-2. Missed badly with the curve. And stays alive as he chops a slider foul. There goes Arozarena. The pitch is low. To throw down is in time. So Arozarena gets thrown out at second by Contreras on the fastball. What's up, Cool Gamer? How's it going? Again, we knew Arozarena was going to jump at some point, but Contreras with the good arm. Count now full on Crawford. One away, though. Huge out. And now this one pulled foul. Still 3-2 as Crawford making Cole work here in the first. And now this one, again, just foul. So he got a piece of that slider. And now this one, he reached out and tapped it back to Cole, who will flip the first. 2 away. That would have been ball 4. But Cole wins the battle as we look at the lineups. Arozarena, you see here, these are the regular season averages. Followed by Crawford, Michael Brantley, the DH, Kyle Lewis in center, Eugenio Suarez at third, Evan White at first, Dom T. Williams in right, Harry Ford behind the plate, Rookie of the Year candidate, and Dylan Moore at second base. I honestly have no idea, Gibby. I don't know who there's so many guys. As that misses low, 1-0. He might not be drafted till the second round because of the needs of all the other teams in the first round. Michael Brantley, 28 home runs, 79 RBI, a 290 average. And if he does go in the first round, he'll, as this one ripped to right field, that's a 2-out base hit. So a pair of singles here in the first for the Mariners. But because of the caught stealing, only a man on. Kyle Lewis now takes a strike, 0-1. 36 home runs, 100 RBI, 253 average in the regular season. Swings to a changeup there, 0-2. And chases the slider out of the zone, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. So Cole not his sharpest self here in the first, but we go bottom 1, no score. Like I'll say this, the first 18 teams that we know that the draft is set for, they have much bigger needs than tight end. Zach Eflin, 26 starts in the regular season, an 8-8 record, a 3.9 ERA, about a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Jorge Polanco, 18 home runs, 45 RBI, a 258 average. 8 of those 18 home runs came in the last 3 weeks of the season after missing almost 2 full months with an arm injury. And he's going to take the first pitch and smack it to deep right field. This one is off the glove of Williams. Polanco's got decent speed, but he will hold with a leadoff double. The wind carrying to right tonight. Williams did everything he could to keep this in the park, and he did, but he couldn't make the catch, and it's a leadoff 2-bagger for Jorge Polanco. Yeah, well, that's what happens, Gibby. That's like the Minnesota Vikings that swing and a miss there by Joey Gallo 0-1, right? Winning a lot of close games. Gallo late on the heater, as he has been most of the year. Sinker, slider, fastball, curveball, changeup pitcher is Eflin. And now swing and a miss on that power sinker, 0-2. If you're Gallo, you want to at least get that runner to third. Chance for the Yankees to strike first here in Game 1. And that's what he'll do. He'll pull the inside slider to second. Moore flips to White at first, 1 away. But going to third is Polanco. And now a chance for Nolan Arenado to pick up a ribby as he'll come up to the plate. We look at the Yankee lineup. Polanco followed by Joey Gallo, Nolan Arenado, Matt Olson, Avi Garcia in right. Jason Dominguez in center. Conforto's your DH. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And Ozzy Cabrera is your shortstop batting ninth. So Mariners, of course, will trade a run for an out. Anything but a ground ball to third probably gets the run in. Swing and a miss there on a slider, 0-1. Strikeout doesn't help either. Swing and a miss late on the inside sinker. Quickly 0-2 on Arenado, who led the Yankees with 101 RBI in the regular season. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. They throw to first to complete the play. And Nolan Arenado does not have a good first at-bat here against Eflin. 2 away. As that brings up Matt Olson. A sinker down and in again. And he swung over the top of it. This has been the Yankees' struggles of late, as Olson fouls off a high slider, 0-1. It's the ALDS, Cool Gamer, first round. Matt Olson, 263 average, 26 home runs, 61 RBI. It's Game 1 of the ALDS. It says it right there on the bug in the bottom right hand of the corner. As that misses off the plate, 1-1. Yankees have been struggling lately to get in those runners from third with less than 2 outs, as Olsen fouls off a sinker there, 1-2. And stays alive. He spoils a high fastball. And another spoiled pitch by Olsen as he gets a piece of that backdoor slider. Making Eflin work a little bit here. 6th pitch of the at-bat. Chases one. Tried to hold up, but chases one in the dirt. Ford fires the first, and Eflin strikes out a pair to end the first and end the threat. So both teams threaten, but neither team scores. We go top 2. Scoreless here in Game 1 of the ALDS. What's up, Steph? How's it going? Eugenio Suarez, 23 home runs, 74 RBI, and a 245 average will lead off here against Garrett Cole in the top of the 2nd. And a pitch just on the inside part of the plate, just off the plate, a 1-0. Suarez homered a couple times here at Yankee Stadium a few weeks ago. There's a strike at the knees, 1-1. And now swings to a high fastball, 1-2. You mean Rodon? A swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. Good pitch there by Cole. And the outside slider, and Suarez chased it. Yes, I think that's he's a legit number 2, and hopefully yes, the Yankee pitching, I'm not worried about the Yankee pitching. I'm worried about the Yankee offense. A lot of high strikeout guys. As Evan White now steps up to the plate. First baseman for the Mariners takes a strike, 0-1. The fact that we still have Aaron Hicks makes me sick. The fact that we still have Josh Donaldson makes me sick. I would just cut these guys at this point because their roster spots are worth more than they are. The 0-2. Out of the zone. White lays off the slider there. That's been the put-away pitch so far tonight for Cole. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a curve in the dirt. Contreras gets the angle. Fires the first. 2 away. And now that brings up Dom T. Williams, the right fielder who couldn't make the play in that Polanco fly ball. Fouls went off 0-1. No harm, no foul, though, as the Yankee offense could not deliver. Williams, 5 home runs, 16 RBI on the year. Also hit a home run against these very Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Swings and misses on a changeup, 0-2. I think they should also get rid of Glaber, Steph, and I think they should have Dominguez in left. They should have Cabrera at third. They should have Peraza at second and Volpe at short. Get rid of the entire left side of the infield and left field. This one, fastball, popped up, foul ground. Arenado is there, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Cole. We go bottom 2. Still no score here in the Bronx. And Avi Garcia, your batting champion with a .338 average this year. 38 home runs, 100 RBI. Will lead off here against Eflin. This one sliced foul on the right field line, 0-1. You want to go really far, you can put Austin Wells as the backup behind Trevino, as that misses outside, 1-1. No, Gibby, the SEC, they should just make it all one big league and stop doing all this regional garbage with college football. The 1-2 to Garcia. Sliced foul as he stays alive. This is a big reason why he won the batting title, is he fights and he fights and he fights until he gets something he can handle. Also, the ridiculous shift. Swing and a miss there, though. Strike 3. Eflin has struck out 3 in a row. And now that brings up Jason Dominguez. Batting 6, the center fielder, Jason. And Dominguez is going to slice one foul on the left field line late on that sinker, 0-1. Eflin, he'll top out about 96 on the gun. I'm a Giants fan, cool gamer. As this is fouled off, jammed him with the sinker again, 0-2. Yankees, Giants, Rangers, Knicks, as this is shot to the left side. Crawford is there, fires the first, high throw, good stretch, in time, 2 away. Michael Conforto now, 19 home runs, 55 RBI, a .282 average. Became the everyday DH against righties early in the year. And hammers this pitch to right field and deep, and it's off the top of the wall, and it is hit so hard. And Williams has a good arm that Conforto has to hold to a single. That's 2 balls the Yankees have hit tonight that have hit the top of the wall here in right. And for once, the short porch actually isn't short enough to just laser beams off the bat of Polanco in the first, now Conforto here in the second. And that brings up Wilson Contreras, who takes a pitch, called a strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Well, Steph, they're not going to do that with Dominguez because, first off, Cabrera is more natural in right than left, but also you have Bader in center field. I would only maybe think about doing that next year if the Yankees don't re-sign Bader, which I think would actually be a mistake. And the Falcons will turn it around one day, Gibby. As Contreras now skies one to fairly deep right field. Again, the wind is carrying that way. Williams looks up. It's gone! Goodbye, baseball! An oppo bomb to right center. Hey, Mr. Wilson Contreras! On opposite field, 2-run home run, and the Yankees strike first here in the first game of the ALDS. A slider out over the plate. Contreras went with it. The wind is carrying to right, and it's 2-0 New York. .389 to right, 99 miles an hour off the bat. And that'll bring up Ozzy Cabrera. And that misses off the plate, 1-0. 12 home runs, 50 RBI in the season for Cabrera, mostly out of the 9-hole. Rookie of the year last year. And then became the everyday shortstop as the Yankees got rid of Francisco Lindor in the offseason. This one sliced foul, 1-1. We'll see, gamer, we'll see. The 1-1, swing and a miss on an inside sinker, 1-2. And now this one, golfed foul. A little late again on the sinker. Still 1-2. 30th pitch of the day for Eflin on its way. And again, Cabrera spoils a sinker. Went out and got that one. A little off the plate there. Oh, and he plunks him way inside with the slider. Plunks him right on his backside. So Cabrera takes first. And Polanco, who doubled in the first, now steps up to the plate. Yeah, that's a little extreme, Gibby. As Polanco fouls a fastball straight back out of play, 0-1. I never understood teams that win and then burn down half their city. Well, the same way they made the playoffs in real life this year. As this one is driven into the gap, and it's gonna get cut off. Cabrera's got good speed. They're waving him home. It's a double for Polanco. The throw is up the line, and Cabrera's in there. A better throw would have had him, but Cabrera scores from first. Aggressive base running by the Bombers. He was off with the crack of the bat. Lewis has a good arm out in center field. It was a solid relay, but it was Moore's part. It was up the line, and Cabrera was just able to get the hand down and on the plate before Ford's tag. It's 3-0 Yankees.
Now batting, left fielder.
Well, that's even more reason why that's kind of insane, Gibby. Hanging in there, Calvin, hanging in there as Gallo takes a weak strike, 0-1, a slider that just clips the outside corner. So Polanco with a pair of doubles today. As Gallo fouls a sinker back out of play, 0-2. And he's driven a run in now. It's 3-0 Yankees. Gallo stays alive as he spoils the sinker. Still 0-2. And in the game, they had 90 wins. Very similar to what they had in real life a year ago. You know what, Cool Gamer? They have very good pitching as well. It's going to come down to their offense also. as Gallo swings and misses on an outside sinker. What else is new to end the second? But the Yankees strike for 3. A 2-run bomb by Wilson Contreras, and then a hit by pitch and a double by Polanco. We go top 3. Yankees up by 3. Well, we'll see what happens, Calvin. There's a lot of teams that are interested in Bauer since the Dodgers are picking up his salary this year. Rookie of the Year candidate Harry Ford takes a strike to top of the zone, 0-1. Ford had a dozen home runs in the regular season. And now Chase is an inside change, 0-2. And this one, a bit of a hanging slider that Cole got away with. Polanco fields the ground ball, fires the first, 1 away. That brings up Dylan Moore, 9 home runs, 39 RBI, a .222 average. This fouled back out of play, 0-1. Well, that's the thing, Cool Gamer. I think there's going to be... Bauer will have his pick of suitors, I think. I really do, as that's inside 1-1. And again, with the Dodgers picking up almost his salary, aside from the veteran minimum, swinging a miss 1-2. I don't know if he'll get lit up, Gibby, but it'll be interesting to see what happens as he shakes off the rust. This one, a little dribbler to the left side. Arenado charges, fields bare hands, fires the first, and just gets the Speedy Moore. Oh, they called him safe. The Yankees quickly challenge. Yes, the ALDS, Calvin, for 2023. And again, an easy call there on the overturning on the replay. 2 away. Very nicely done by Arenado, as Randy Arozarena 1-for-1 with a single, takes one just off the plate, 1-0. He was caught stealing in the first, and that inning kind of unraveled for Seattle after that, as that's chopped foul, 1-1. Well, it looks like Correa's going back to Minnesota on a 6-year, $200 million deal, as this one is skied to right. But they have to look at his physical now as well, and Garcia makes the catch. Ends up being a 1-2-3 inning. We go bottom 3. Yankees up by 3. Nolan Arenado 0-for-1 with a strikeout. Will lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd. Chases a slider. Or actually just out in front of it. 0-1. Good pitch to hit, but out in front of it. As that misses inside off the plate, as the MVP chants start raining down for Arenado. Led the league in home runs, led the Yankees in RBI, and also hit .294 on the regular season as he swings and misses there, 1-2. Won himself another Gold Glove. Although, actually, funny enough, we already know it was actually Garrett Cole that won the MVP this year. As this one's skied to right, fairly deep. Wind is carrying again, going back. It's gone! Goodbye, baseball! A Yankee Stadium home run if there ever was one. A wall scraper, but it counts just the same. It's 4-0 New York as Arenado goes 340 to right. About 92 miles an hour off the bat. And Williams did all he could, but couldn't bring this one back. His leg, his back, Calvin. It looks like Correa's a mess. As now Matt Olson 0-for-1 with a strikeout. Takes this one and laces this to left field. It'll get cut off there by the left fielder who fires in. That's a Arozarena out there. And you have to wonder if Eflin is long for this game now. And that brings up Avi Garcia, who's 0-for-1. Olson got a slider right down Broadway, smacked it hard to left. As Garcia spoils a fastball, 0-1. Or with the Mariners, are you already thinking you just let Eflin bite the bullet and save the pen for game 2? As Garcia's going to sky one to fairly deep center field and deep. Going back is Lewis at the track. Going back, it's gone! Goodbye, baseball! A bullpen blast for Avi Garcia. 405 to right center. And the Yankee lead is now 6-0 here in Game 1 of the ALDS. Again, the wind is carrying tonight, and if you are Eflin, that is absolutely killing you. Lewis went as far back as he could, 100.5 0.5 miles an hour off the bat and into the Yankee bullpen. And that will do it finally. Eflin goes 2+, gives up 6 as Scott Service takes the ball. And that's it for the Game 1 starter for the Mariners, as in comes Merrill Kelly, long reliever for the M's. A 4-9 record in the regular season, 4 saves, 171 innings pitched for a guy who's been in and out of the rotation. A 4.25 ERA, 38 games, about a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Jason Dominguez now up at the plate. I'll probably watch some of it, Gibby, yes. And Dominguez fouls off a sinker, 0-1, little out in front of it. Fastball, sinker, curve, change, cutter. Kelly only tops out 94, so doesn't throw quite as hard as Eflin. Now swing and miss, another sinker, 0-2. Dominguez won his first career Gold Glove this year, having a stellar year in center field. Even if he had a bit of a sophomore slump offensively. But as I say that, he's going to loop a single to left for another Yankee base hit. And I think now, aside from Joey Gallo, every Yankee... Well, and Cabrera was hit by a pitch. I'm sorry, Calvin. Conforto, 1-for-1 with a single and a run scored. Fouls off a sinker there, 0-1. He was on base when Contreras homered. And that's chop foul, 0-2. No, oh, you're talking to Calvin, Gibby. I'm like, I don't have anything set to low quality. And now Conforto fouls off a backdoor curveball out in front of it, 0-2. And now this one rolled to the right side. Could be 2 more. We'll get the lead runner for sure. But Conforto will beat the return. It's a fielder's choice as they get Dominguez at second. And that keeps the double play alive. But Wilson Contreras homered in his first at-bat. So Conforto, a much slower runner, replaces Dominguez at first. Average speed, but Dominguez flies. As swing and a miss there by Contreras, 0-1. And now that's off the plate, 1-1. So the Yankees put up a 3-spot in the second, a 3-spot so far here in the third. And nice backdoor curveball. Strike 2 on Contreras. And now swing and a miss, chases a curve out of the zone, strike 3, 2 away. As that'll bring up Ozzie Cabrera, who again hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, came around to score the Yankees' third run. Conforto off first. And Cabrera fouls a fastball straight back, 0-1. Again, Kelly not as hard a thrower as Eflin, so the Yankees will have to adjust. He tops out about 94. That was 93 on the gun. And Cabrera gets a hold of one. This one to deep right center field. It's gone! Oh, the home run derby continues for the Yankees here in the playoffs. Goodbye, baseball. The Ozman cometh, Oswaldo Cabrera. And just like that, it's 8-0 Yankees. Kelly thought he might have been getting ready to get out of this inning. Instead, 404 to right. Another line drive blast, 109 off the bat. And that brings up Polanco. That was a fastball down over the middle of the plate. And Cabrera dropped the bat head on it as Polanco chases a high fastball, 0-1. Polanco has doubled twice today and driven in a run. And now he's going to sky one to center. Lewis back, getting on his horse, will run this one down and mercifully end the inning for the Mariners. But the Yankees put up a 5-spot and send all 9 men to the plate that inning. We go top 4, 8-0 New York. J.P. Crawford 0 for 1 with a ground out in his first at-bat.
The shortstop.
Grounded back to Cole, actually. That high, 1-0. And, oh, Crawford's going to get a hold of one. The Mariners are on the board. Goodbye, baseball. There was a changeup that drifted over the middle of the plate. You wonder if Cole's sitting here in the cold October air for such a long period of time, maybe a little rusty there. As Crawford, not really known for his pop, but he got one right down the middle of the plate. And he could handle that, as that brings up Michael Brantley, who's 1 for 1 with a single today.
The designated hitter.
And he chops this to first. Olsen there, takes it himself, 1 away. And now Kyle Lewis 0 for 1 with a strikeout in his first at-bat. Takes a strike right down Broadway, 0-1. And now Lewis is going to hammer one to deep left field. Goodbye, baseball! And the cold changeup getting crushed here in the 4th. And that brings up Suarez. That wasn't a terrible changeup, but it wasn't a good one either. As Suarez takes a strike, 0-1. As Cole gives back 2 runs to the Mariners, as that's off the plate, 1-1. Swing and a miss on a curveball, 1-2. You also got to remember, Cole's been off for a while, right? He hasn't pitched in almost 2 weeks. Swing and a miss on a slider, strike 3, 2 away. As he gets the aggressive Suarez. And that brings up Evan White, who struck out in his first at-bat.
First baseman, number 12.
But a little home run derby here in the Bronx. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 0-1. Good pitch from Cole there in the inside part of the plate. And now this one chopped to Olsen at first. Takes it himself, and that'll end the inning. The Mariners get a pair back, though. A couple of solo home runs. One by Crawford, one by Lewis. And we go bottom 4. Yankees still up by 6.
Leading off for the
Joey Gallo, the only Yankee to have yet to have a hit today.
Joey.
0 for 2. Takes a pitch high, 1-0. Now checks his swing, but it might have been a strike anyway. 1-1. Borderline fastball there. And now swing and a miss on the curve. 1-2. And this one inside out into the left side because of the shift. It's Suarez there. Fires the first, 1 away. As Gallo's struggles today continue. Nolan Arenado, 1 for 2 with a solo home run.
Arenado.
Steps up to the plate now. And skies one to right again. Looks like the park will hold this one. Williams drifts back near the track to make the catch. 2 away. Again, the wind carrying to right. And that brings up Matt Olson, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored.
Olsen.
He was on base when Garcia went yard. He fouls a fastball straight back, 0-1. Just a hair late on it. And now fouls off another one, 0-2. And that's inside off the plate, 1-2. Bottom 4th, 2 outs. Yankees up 8-2. Bases empty. Matt Olson up at the plate. Takes another one off the plate. The count levels at 2-2. And Olsen chops this to the left side. Suarez backhands. Fires the first. Good scoop there at first by Evan White. The Yankees go in order for the first time today. And we go top 5. Yankees up 8-2. Dom T. Williams popped up to third in his first at-bat. Garrett Cole, 50th pitch of the day, is a strike, 0-1. Former Yankee prospect. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. Came over in the James Paxton trade. And this one chopped. Oh, Arenado drives out, fires the first, not in time. By the time Arenado was able to recover from his momentum, it was too late. Williams runs too well. And that brings up the catcher, Harry Ford, who fouls one off 0-1. So 5th hit of the day for the Mariners here in the 5th as Ford fouls off a changeup, 0-2. And then lays off a low slider, 1-2. But can't resist the curve. Strike 3, swing and a miss, 1 away. And that brings up Dylan Moore, who's 0 for 1 tonight. And he takes one a little high, 1-0. And now chops a changeup foul, 1-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. And now laces a slider foul. Another 1-2. Check swing, did not go. Contreras on the second. Oh, a bad throw. A better throw would have had Williams there. Very aggressive on the base paths, down by 6. As the count goes 2-2. And swing and a miss. Got him on a backdoor slider. 2 away. As Cole gets back-to-back strikeouts. And that brings up Randy Arozarena. 1 for 2 with a single. And he swings to a fastball, 0-1. And now chops a changeup foul, 0-2. And now hammers one to right center. Garcia going back, has room, makes the catch. And the leadoff single does not hurt the Yankees. As we go bottom 5, Yankees still up by 6. Avi Garcia 1 for 2, the 2-run home run today. Merrill Kelly still in there for the Mariners. Garcia chases a curve in the dirt, 0-1. And Garcia now pops one up, shallow right, long run, and it's going to be over the head of White. Garcia thought about trying to go to second, but nicely backed up there by Williams, who was able to cover a lot of ground. And Garcia gets himself a bloop single. And, well, when you hit almost 340 on the year, you get a couple of those a year, I'm sure. As that brings up Jason Dominguez 1 for 2 with a single. And he fouls a fastball straight back, 0-1. Just a little out in front of it. Garcia, very good speed over at first. As that misses off the plate, 1-1. And now swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. And that's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Ford. Garcia, he stays put. Then he throws it in the right field, but Williams backs him up. Garcia, because he dove back to first, couldn't take off for second. So some really sloppy play here by the M's, but really nothing really that's hurt them so far. It'll be a 2-2 to Dominguez. Swing and a miss, couldn't resist the curveball, strike 3, 1 away. That brings up Michael Conforto, 1 for 2 with a single. Also reached on a fielder's choice and has scored 2 runs. And Conforto skies one to fairly deep left center field. Lewis has a beat on it. Will make the catch for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Wilson Contreras, 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run and a strikeout. Garcia off of first. And Contreras chases a high fastball, 0-1. And now swing and miss, another fastball, 0-2. And that's low, just off the plate, 1-2. Contreras lays off the curveball. And now Contreras skies one to right center field, fairly deep, but Williams will chase it down and make the catch in the alley to end the inning. So Yankees strand a runner, and we go top 6. 2-5-0 for the Mariners. 8-10-1 for the Yankees. Was the one on Contreras? Is Crawford 1 for 2 with a solo home run? I'm trying to remember who the error was on. Yeah, I guess they gave. That's a really rough error because he was going to be safe at second anyway. It's a tough error on Contreras. Anyway, that's off the plate, 1-0. Now that's off the plate as well, low, 2-0 to Crawford. Excuse me. You know, the computer gives out some really stupid errors sometimes. Is this laced on the left field line? It's going to be a base hit. And Crawford seems to have figured out Cole. Gallo will fire into second, but Crawford is in there with a head-first dive and a leadoff double. As that brings up Michael Brantley, 1 for 2 with a single. Takes a pitch low, 1-0. And there's a strike in the outside corner, 1-1. And that's off the plate, 2-1. And this one sliced foul, 2-2. And another foul ball from Brantley to stay alive on the curve. And now this one pulled through the right side, a base hit. Crawford's going to be held at third. Garcia's got a good arm. And again, down by 6. No reason to risk it with nobody out. As that brings up Kyle Lewis, who homered in his last at-bat. Fouls one off here, 0-1. Yankees will trade a run for the double play if they can get it. As there's a strike, 0-2 to Lewis. And that's off the plate, 1-2. And this one, chopped back to Cole. He'll go to second for 1. Also check the runner back to first. So not only is it a double play, but the run doesn't score. It's 1-6-3 as Cole fields his position, feeds Cabrera, fires back to first. 2 quick outs here. Crawford can't believe it. And the Yankees are an out away from getting up no runs this inning. And Suarez 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts up at the plate. Takes one high, 1-0. Checked his swing, did not go, says the umpire. In the 2-0. Fouled back out of play, 2-1. And that's low and in the dirt, 3-1. Evan White on deck. And that's off the plate, ball 4. A rare walk from Cole, his first of the game. And that brings up Evan White. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. And he's going to get a base hit up the middle. So Crawford will score, and the inning continues. It's 8-3 Yankees. And suddenly, the Mariners are one swing of the bat away from getting back in this ball game. As now Dom T. Williams swings through a fastball, 0-1. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Swings over the top of a changeup, 0-2. Oh, and Cole does not get the call on what should have been strike 3. And now Williams goes to work staying alive, still 1-2. Ooh, and Cole got away with a hanging slider there, still 1-2. I mean, technically, probably Cole. Strike 3, throws him with a fastball. Williams down looking, can't believe it, but technically it was strike 4 because the umpire should have punched him out earlier. We go bottom 6. Yankees still up 8-3. Ozzie Cabrera 1 for 1 with a 2-run home run earlier. Merrill Kelly still in there for the Mariners.
For the Yankees. Shortstop,
And it looks like that's going to do it for Cole's day. So he goes 6, gives up 3. Not his best playoff start, but with the Yankee offense working the way it is, it works. So the Yankee bullpen will try to get the last 9 outs. Alcala warming for the 7th. As that misses high to Cabrera, 1-0. Meanwhile, Luis Cessa, former Yankee, and Sal Romano, former Yankee. They were also both former Reds, warming in the Mariners bullpen. Cabrera also hit by a pitch, came on the score on a Polanco double. So 1 for 1 with a 2-run home run and 2 runs scored. The 1-1 to the Ozman is hammered to center field. Fairly deep, but he just a little behind it. Lewis will make the catch, one away. And that brings up Jorge Polanco 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles and a run batted in. He's also stranded at third in the first. And Polanco, off the end of the bat, pops this up to right center field. Lewis is there again, will make the catch, 2 away. And that'll bring up Joey Gallo, the only Yankee not to be on base today. Not to have a hit either. 0 for 3. Takes one low, 1-0. In fact, most of the Yankees have been on base multiple times. As Gallo, he'll join the club. That's a base hit to left center as he beats the shift. And Joey Gallo joins the hit parade with a 2-out single. And that'll keep the inning alive for Nolan Arenado, who has flied out, struck out, and hit a solo home run. So he's 1 for 3. Swings through an inside fastball, 0-1. Gallo, just above average speed over at first. And Arenado's going to shoot this to the right side. Oh, knocked down nicely by Moore, who will recover and get Arenado at first. Arenado is the slowest Yankee. But Moore did a good job to dive and rob him of a base hit. So we go top 7. Yankees strand a runner, still up by 5. As Jorge Alcala will come on, you see there 38 appearances in the regular season, a 2-1 record, 10 holds, a 3.92 ERA, a WHIP just over 1, and a 4-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He throws very hard, as does much of the Yankee bullpen. Harry Ford, the rookie, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Skies the first pitch to shallow center. Dominguez is there. Alcala came over in the trade for Clay Holmes. DJ LeMahieu and Clay Holmes to Minnesota. And Alcala and Polanco back to the Yankees. Dylan Moore 0 for 2. Strikeout in his last at-bat. Takes one off the plate. 1-0. And now swing and a miss on a sinker. 1-1. A lot of movement on the pitches tonight here, it looks like, for Alcala. As that changeup just misses low. 2-1. And fouled back out of play. Levels the count at 2-2. The 2-2 from Jorge to Dylan Moore. He's chopped foul, and it's still 2-2. And that's a slider that got away from him. The count goes full. Rosarena on deck. The 3-2. Strike 3. Blew a fastball by him at 99. 2 away. And that brings up the aforementioned Randy Rosarena. 1 for 3 with a single and a caught stealing back in the first. And that's just off the plate. The umpire has not really been inconsistent with that call right on the black tonight, as that one also called a ball. It feels like the Yankees haven't gotten the calls the Mariners have. And quickly a 3-0 count now with the dangerous J.P. Crawford on deck. The 3-0. Sky, well, got the green light to the Rosarena, down by 5. Fouled off 3-1. And a slider drops in there for a strike. 3-2. And a Rosarena lays off a borderline pitch, so it does eventually be a walk. And Crawford, 2 for 3, a home run and a double tonight. Fouls off a fastball, 0-1. That's just off the plate, 1-1. Swing and a miss on the change, 1-2. Ooh, went down and got a piece of that slider to stay alive, still 1-2. And another foul ball. Well, the other thing this has done, this is a lot of pitches this inning for Alcala because of all these foul balls. So he might not be available tomorrow now, and the Yankees only get 1 inning out of him. So that's off the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. And the umpire, again, with the 50-50 call, does not give the Yankees the call. Check swing and back-to-back walks. Alcala, again, had 10 walks the whole year. He has 2 now in 2/3 of an inning pitched, and now the very dangerous Michael Brantley up at the plate. And now Cole Sulser starts to warm for the Yankees. Right down Broadway. There's a strike to Brantley. 0-1. And that's off the plate. 1-1. There's a strike. A borderline pitch given to the Yankees. 1-2. It'll be a 1-2 to Brantley. Smacked fouled on the left field line. Still 1-2. Wasn't a bad slider, but could have been better. Wanted to bury that more. As this one now ripped to center, but Dominguez is there. Will make the catch. Get up and stretch. We go in bottom 7. Yankees still up by 5 as Alcala gets out of the jam. And in comes Luis Cessa, who pitched a scoreless inning in the wild card round. Matt Olson 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Well, and now that he's getting warm, Sulcer will pitch the 8th. Cessa, first pitch fouled off to the left side, 0-1. Cessa, a slider, fastball, changeup pitcher, tops out about 96. And this one skied to left, fairly deep. Arozarena back again. The wind's going to left tonight. Arozarena makes the catch just shy of the track, 1 away. And that brings up Avi Garcia, who has singled and hit a 2-run home run tonight. That misses high, 1-0. And swinging a miss on a fastball, 1-1. And Garcia fouls off another, 1-2. Bit late as Cessa reared back and dialed that one up to 96. And swinging a miss, got him on the slider, 2 away, strike 3. And that brings up Jason Dominguez, 1 for 3 with a single.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, Jason Dominguez.
And he takes a pitch a little inside, said the umpire, 1-0. And now a fastball fouled back out of play, 1-1. And now this one chopped up the middle. Moore is there, fires the first to end the inning. A 1-2-3-7 for Luis Cessa. We go top 8. Yankees still up by 5 as Cole Sulcer, 25 appearances in the regular season, a 1.63 ERA, 6 saves. Those were all with Miami. About a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Kyle Lewis, 1 for 3 with a solo home run against Garrett Cole. Takes a strike, 0-1. And now a changeup low, 1-1. Oh, and a curveball that got away from Sulcer, 2-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 2-2. And got him on the slider, strike 3, 1 away. Got him to chase out of the zone there. As that'll bring up Eugenio Suarez, 0 for 2 with a walk. And there's a strike with the fastball, 0-1. Sulcer won't overpower you, but everything's got a lot of good movement. And he usually has good control, as this is grounded right back to Cole. He'll fire to first, 2 away. Evan White, 1 for 3 with an RBI single, now steps up to the plate. And he takes a strike, 0-1. And this one pulled foul quickly, 0-2. And that's off the plate, 1-2. Got him on the curve, pulled the string, going bottom 8. A 1-2-3 inning for Sulcer. The Yankees still up 8-3. As Sal Romano comes in out of the pen now. 25 appearances in the regular season, a 1-0 record, a 2.79 ERA, a whip right about 1, about a almost a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. As Michael Conforto, 1 for 3 with a single, also reached on a fielder's choice and has scored 2 runs tonight.
designated hitter, Michael.
It looks like Brad Boxberger starting to warm for the Yankees. Looks like he'll come in to get the ninth and to get the last 3 outs, as it's not a save situation. Chase a high fastball does Conforto, 0-1. Sinker, slider, curveball, fastball pitcher for Romano. Conforto chases the sinker, 0-2. The 0-2 to Conforto. Popped up, humpback liner, and Crawford will make the catch in shallow left center, 1 away.
The catcher, number 40,
Wilson Contreras got the scoring started with a 2-run home run back in the second. Set a new career high, tied a career high in RBI with 70, and set a new career high with home runs with 26. That misses low, 1-0. His previous career high was 24. The 1-0 is off the plate, 2-0. And comes back with a backdoor slider. Contreras fouls it off, 2-1. 2-1 to Contreras. He's off the plate, 3-1. Ozzy Cabrera on deck. And there's a strike with the sinker, 3-2. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4. So the Yankees draw their first walk of the day. And that brings up Ozzy Cabrera, who's been hit by a pitch. He hit a 2-run home run. He has 2 runs scored. Contreras, good speed for a catcher, above average overall. Swing and a miss by Cabrera there, 0-1. It's also flied out to center field. There's a slider for a strike right down Broadway. Came back, hard break to it from Romano. It'll be an 0-2 to the young Cabrera. Oh, and he plunked him again. Second time tonight, Cabrera's been plunked. And that brings up Jorge Polanco, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI. So 2 on with 1 out here, as Romano has not been sharp. And this one ripped to the right side, but oh, and by for a base hit. They're going to send Contreras home. Here's the throw by Williams. Oh, and it's plenty of time. The runners had to hold up to see if Moore would catch it. Instead, it got by him, and it was hit so hard that even with good speed, Contreras gets gunned down at the plate, and the score stays 8-3 with 2 outs now for Joey Gallo. Swing and a miss there on a sinker, 0-1. So Contreras, the aggressiveness worked well in the second inning, not so much here in the 8th, but the Yankees are still up by 5. As Gallo's going to chop this up the middle, and see, that would have been a double play ball. Instead, it's a good scoop there on the throw from Moore to first by White, and that'll end the inning. So Yankees strand a couple. We go top 9, last licks for the Mariners, last hopes, I should say, as Brad Boxberger made 29 appearances in the regular season. 3-1 record, a 2.28 ERA, exactly 4-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Dom T. Williams, who made that throw to get Contreras at home plate, takes a strike. He's 1 for 3 today with a single. As that misses off the plate, 1-1. And swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. And got him on the back foot, slider, strike 3, 1 away. Got him to chase it. And that brings up Harry Ford, who's 0 for 3. That misses a little high, 1-0. And this one chopped to first. Olsen is there. 2 away. Mariners down to their last out here in Game 1 of the 2023 ALDS. Dylan Moore, 0 for 3, a strikeout in his last at-bat. Takes one off the plate, 1-0. She's had a couple of strikeouts today. And smacks this up to center field. That's going to be a base hit, and the game will continue. So he will pass the baton on to Randy Arozarena, 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. And he pops up the first pitch, shallow right. Garcia near the line, makes the catch. That's your ball game. The Yankees win 8-3 and take game 1 here in the Bronx. Not Cole's best day, gives up 3 runs in 6 innings. But much better than Eflin, who gave up 6 in 2. So Cole the win, 7 Ks, 3 runs, 8 hits. Eflin to the loss, 2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 Ks. The Yankees take game 1, no save. Although the bullpen got the last 9 outs. Home runs by Contreras, Garcia, Cabrera, Arenado. When the Yankees are hitting the ball out like they did today, it's tough to beat them. Even with the Mariners getting a couple of solo shots of their own. Cabrera, your player of the game, hit by 2 pitches and a 2-run home run. Mariners 3-9-0, Yankees 8-12-1. After they got those 8 runs, they really made them hold up. So now it'll be Chris Flexen versus Brandon Woodruff. Couple of interesting notes. The Angels took game 1 against Cleveland, so they're up 1-0. Meanwhile, the Padres and the Braves each took game 2, so the NLDS series are all both 1-1. If the Angels should beat Cleveland, it's an interesting matchup because that's who we beat in our game in the ALDS last year. But first, let's worry about the Mariners. Chris Flexen versus Brandon Woodruff. So see there, everybody except for Alcala and obviously Cole, everybody else pretty much available today. So Alcala will get the day off. And with the righty on the mound, the lineup from yesterday to today is exactly the same. And it's a beautiful day here in the Bronx in mid-October. Yankees took the first game 8-3. They are up now 1-0 in the series, as we mentioned. Looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead here behind last year's Cy Young winner, Brandon Woodruff. So Woodruff won the Cy Young last year. Cole won it this year. Woodruff, really a lot of no decisions this year. 32 starts, a 10-7 record, a 3.5 ERA. The Yankees did win the majority of his starts, the vast majority of his starts, but he didn't get factored into the decision often. Almost a 5-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Led the league with 237 strikeouts. And Randy Arozarena hitting .444 in the postseason with an RBI will lead off against Woodruff. First pitch swinging and missing, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Chopped foul, 0-2. And now the 0-2 from Woodruff. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 1 away. When Woodruff is on, he is getting a lot of strikeouts on very few pitches. That's a good sign, especially because Woodruff had a terrible postseason last year. J.P. Crawford, who has been clobbering the ball this postseason, takes one a little high, 1-0. Had a home run in yesterday's game. He takes a strike there, 1-1. And now smacks one foul, 1-2. Went off the end of the bat. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a curve, strike 3. Contreras gets the angle, fires the first, 2 away. And that brings up Michael Brantley, hitting .333 this postseason. Takes the first pitch and slides it right to Arenado, who makes the play. It's a 1-2-3, top of the first. We're going bottom 1. No score. So Chris Flexen, 32 starts in the regular season, a 13-12 record, a 3.12 ERA, almost a hit per inning. Not a lot of walks though. A whip at 1.11. Almost a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Polanco, 3 for 5 in game 1 with an RBI, a pair of doubles. Flexen, a fastball, cutter, circle change, curveball pitcher. And the first pitch fouled straight back by Polanco, 0-1. It's a little bit late. Flexen, he'll top out about 95 in the gun. If the wind was carrying the right yesterday, it's really carrying the right today, as that's ripped foul, 0-2. Out in front of the change. Now that's inside, and Polanco gets out of the way. The count goes to 1-2. And Polanco spoils a fastball foul, still 1-2. Everything down and in, down and in. That one more out and up. And this one jammed him with a fastball. Ford in foul ground. Makes the catch, 1 away. As we look now at the Yankee starting lineup, we just saw Polanco. He'll be followed by Joey Gallo, Nolan Arenado, Matt Olson, Avi Garcia, Jason Dominguez, Michael Conforto, Wilson Contreras, and Ozzie Cabrera. It is the same lineup as yesterday. Gallo now at the plate. He went 1 for 5 and fouls off a fastball, 0-1 in yesterday's ball game. Hit the ball well a couple times, but only had the 1 base hit to show for it. Now chases a change, 0-2. The 0-2 to Gallo. Swing and a miss late on a fastball, 2 away. First K for Flexen, as that brings up Nolan Arenado, who hit a solo home run in yesterday's ball game. And he takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Nice backdoor curve dropped in there by Flexen. Another curveball dropped in there. That was a borderline pitch that went Seattle's way, 0-2. Checked his swing on the inside fastball, and the count goes to 1-2. Another foul ball there from Arenado as he spoils a cutter. The 1-2 again, chopped to the left side. Crawford charges, Fields fires the first. Good scoop there by Evan White, and we go top 2. Both teams go in order here in the first. No score in the Bronx. Kyle Lewis hitting .375 in the postseason. Had himself a solo home run in yesterday's ball game. Takes a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. And now pulls a changeup foul, 0-2. Just got a piece of that slider, still 0-2. Now a fastball off the plate, 1-2. It's a curveball misses. The count goes to 2-2. And now a backdoor slider, chopped the first. Oh, what a play by Olson. He feeds Woodruff, covering for the first out of the inning. Went backdoor with the slider, jammed him, but Olson had to lay out for it. And that brings up Eugenio Suarez, who had a terrible day yesterday and has yet to get a hit in the playoffs, as that misses high, 1-0. Chops one foul, 1-1. Does have a walk in 8 postseason at-bats thus far. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. Blew it by him at 99. Checked his swing, but went around, says the umpire. Couldn't lay off the slider, 2 away. And already 3 Ks for Woodruff. As that brings up Evan White, the first baseman, hitting a $143. And he takes a strike, 0-1. No home runs, 1 RBI for White here in the postseason. And that's going to be up the middle, and that's a base hit, as that's a shift-beating knock to center field for White. So a 2-out single, first hit of the ball game for either team. And that brings up Dom T. Williams, who had himself a base hit in yesterday's game. Takes a strike there, 0-1. Hitting .043, no home runs, no RBI. Now takes one low, 1-0. And now chops the fastball foul, and the count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 from Woodruff in the dirt, blocked by Contreras. White's going to try to advance, and Contreras is going to gun him down by a mile. So Woodruff still facing the minimum because of the caught stealing. We go bottom 2. No score in the Bronx. Matt Olson, 1 for 4 in yesterday's game, hitting .250 overall. No home runs, no RBI. Takes a pitch off the plate, 1-0. The Mariners play him to pull to the right side. And Olsen, a little late in that fastball, chops it to the left side. Suarez there, fires the first one away. Pull to the right, I said. I think I said that anyway. Brings up Avi Garcia, who had a home run in yesterday's game and a base hit. 2-hit day. Your batting champion. Fouls a fastball straight back as Flexen dials it to 95. 0-1. And Garcia out in front of that changeup, 0-2. It is so difficult when you're throwing 95 and you drop in an 80-mile-an-hour changeup. And swing and a miss, another high heater, 2 away. Second K for Flexen, as now that brings up Jason Dominguez. Dominguez out in front of a changeup, 0-1. You know, that's low. 1-1 as he lays off the fastball. And now jammed with the cutter. Fouled it back, though. 1-2. The 1-2 to the young Jason Dominguez is high and outside, and that levels the count at 2-2. And now this one, a little late on it, popped it up to shallow left. Long run for a Rosarena, but he gets there. The Yankees go in order to end the second. We go top third. No score. Dom T. Williams was up at the plate when White got thrown out at second, so he gets a fresh count. And takes a strike, 0-1. And there's a strike, 0-2. And this one chopped to the left side. Cabrera there, kind of corrals it, fires the first, 1 away. Harry Ford now, rookie catcher, strong rookie of the year candidate. I think he actually wins it. Takes a strike, 0-1, or he won it, I should say. And he pops him up. Right side, near the line. Garcia makes the running grab. 2 away here now in the third. Now Dylan Moore, no home runs, but 2 RBI on the postseason. Takes a strike, 0-1, hitting .375 in his 8 postseason at-bats, and chops this foul. Another 0-2 hole. The 0-2 from Woodruff. Hanging slider, got away with one as that's going to just slice foul. And he knows it. Now, yeah, that was a slider right over the middle of the plate. And then comes back to blow a fastball by him. The final out of the third. We go bottom 3. Woodruff has faced the minimum. We have only 1 hit between the two teams and no score. Michael Conforto hitting .250. A couple of runs scored. Had himself a base hit. Reached on a fielder's choice yesterday. Conforto fouls a fastball straight back. 0-1. Flexen actually started against the Yankees a few weeks ago. Got about hurt early. As this one is going to be golfed to right field and dunk in front of Williams for a base hit. So Michael Conforto picks up the first Yankee base knock. And that brings up Wilson Contreras, who had himself a couple of hits and picked, or a hit and a walk, and a big 2-run home run yesterday. As he fouls a fastball back out of play, 0-1. Bottom of the Yankee lineup really contributed a lot yesterday. As Contreras, could be two. Slow roller up the middle. The flip to second for one. Back to first. Not in time. Contreras runs very well for a catcher. And he beats out the relay, so it's a fielder's choice on a very slow roller that actually, it both almost found the outfield. If it would have been faster, if it was slower, as well might have been safe. Anyway, Cabrera now at the plate. Hit by 2 pitches yesterday. 2 runs scored. Also had a 2-run home run. So now Contreras off of first. Again, above average speed. As Ozzie out in front of a changeup, 0-1. Now that's off the plate, and the count levels at 1-1. 30th pitch of the day from Flexen is on its way. And that's inside, and the count goes to 2-1 to Cabrera. And the 2-1. Chop to the right side, could be 2. A flip to second for 1. Back to first, again not in time. Cabrera runs much too well, especially out of the left-handed batter's box. But again, the Mariners get the lead runner. It's another fielder's choice. But now Jorge Polanco will get an at-bat here in the bottom of the third with a man on and 2 outs. He popped up to the catcher in his first at-bat, but had a big game yesterday. Again, wind really carrying to right tonight, or today I should say, as Polanco fouls it straight back 0-1. And of course, the big deal about not turning a double play in any of those is that Flexen has to throw more pitches. As Polanco checks his swing, and it's called a ball, 1-1. And the 1-1 chases the high fastball, 1-2. It's actually a cutter. See if the Yankees can start to do something second time through the lineup, though. As that's just inside, says the umpire, 2-2. One of those 50-50 pitches. Ooh, and that was a lot more of a strike. That's 3-2, though, as that's called low. So Cabrera will get released from first. And Polanco is going to serve this one towards left center field. And because of this jump start, Cabrera will score easily from first. Polanco, a wide turn, but it's an RBI double. And that 2-2 pitch that was called a ball comes back to haunt the Mariners. And the Yankees strike first. It's 1-0 New York in Game 2. Polanco's third double already of the ALDS, and that brings up Joey Gallo. So again, speed kills. The Yankees get the fielder's choice as Gallo swings to a fastball 0-1. Polanco gets a call his way for once, and then delivers an opposite field double, and Cabrera scores from first. As Gallo chops one foul now, 0-2. Gallo had 33 home runs on the year. This will now be the 40th pitch of the day for Flexen. And Gallo's going to lice this down the left field line. It's going to be a base hit. A Rosarena. Oh, he can't cut it off. Now Polanco scores easily, and that will allow Gallo, on what should have been a single, advances to second. It's an RBI double for Joey Gallo, and it's 2-0 New York. Gallo took an outside pitch and just sliced it down the left field line. As that brings up Nolan Arenado now, who's 0 for 1 tonight. And that's inside off the plate, a cutter with no cut to it, 1-0. Arenado acquired in the offseason via trade, and he's going to send this up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Gallo being waved home. Lewis has a good arm, but it'll get cut off. And it's 3-0 New York on the RBI single by Nolan Arenado. So yesterday it was all long balls. Today it's a little small ball to put up a 3 spot here in the third. As that brings up Matt Olson now. 3 straight hits for the Yankees. As Olson just missed that curveball. Rips it foul, 0-1. The 0-1 to Matty Olson is high and outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 Back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. 4 straight hits for the Yankees. Arenado holds at second, not fleet of foot. And that'll bring up Avi Garcia, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in his first at-bat. And he's going to bloop this one to right. Coming on is Williams. He will make the catch to end the inning. But the Yankees put up a 3 spot. A little help from 4 straight hits. And at the end of 3, it's 3-0 New York. 5 hits total in the inning, too. Arozarena was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. So Woodruff pitching with a lead for the first time today. Swing and a miss by Arozarena. 0-1. Now swing and a miss on a change. 0-2. Chases a slider out of the zone, and Arozarena down on 3 pitches once again. 5 Ks for Woodruff. And that brings up J.P. Crawford, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in his first at-bat. And takes a strike at the knees. 0-1. And that's a little low off the plate. 1-1. Now swinging a miss on a fastball again. 1-2. And got him on the curve. Strike 3. 6 Ks for Woodruff. As that brings up Michael Brantley, who lined out to Nolan Arenado in the first. Swings through a fastball there. 0-1. And this one is hammered to deep left center field. This one, again, the wind not carrying that way. It's going to be off the base of the wall. But Brantley picks up the second Mariner hit. It's a 2-out double here in the top of the 4th. And that brings up the dangerous Kyle Lewis, who swings through a fastball. 0-1. And now chops a changeup foul. 0-2. Lays off the slider. 1-2. And jammed him with a fastball. He pops it up on the infield. Polanco waves off Olsen, makes the catch, and we go bottom 4. Despite the double, the Mariners get nothing else. At the end of 3.5, it's 3-0 Yankees.
Leading off for the Yankees, the center fielder.
Jason Dominguez 0 for 1 will lead off against Chris Flexen. And swings through a fastball. 0-1. The 0-1 to Jason. It's a little chopper up the middle, slow roller. Tough play, Moore flips, fires, got him, 1 away. I should say Fields fires, got him. My apologies there. But either way, 1 out on the slow roller. And that brings up Michael Conforto, who got the 3rd inning started with a single. Was erased on a fielder's choice, then another fielder's choice, and then the wheels came off the cart as Conforto fouls off a hanging curve. 0-1, just a bit out in front of it. 50th pitch of the day from Flexen is off the plate. The count goes to 1-1. In the 1-1. Hammered! Oh, Doctor! Magic Mike! A missile to right center! Goodbye, baseball! Beyond the bullpen and into the bleachers. 445 to right center. No doubt about it. It's 4-0 Yankees. What a shot by Conforto. Oh, Doctor! Almost 105 off the bat. Again, the wind carrying out that way. Once it hit the jet stream, no doubt about it. That brings up Wilson Contreras. Reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. And is going to chop this one to first. A little late on it. Will flip the Flexen covering. Does White. 2 away. And that brings up Ozzy Cabrera, who reached on a fielder's choice. Came around to score, though, on the Polanco double. And that pitch misses low. 1-0. The 1-0 to the Ozman. Fouled straight back, 1-1. And there's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. And now Cabrera out in front of a changeup, chops it to Moore. He flips to White, and we go top 5. But the Yankees get a run. Michael Conforto, his first home run of the postseason. At the end of 4 full, it's 4-0 New York. Eugenio Suarez, who has struck out in 4 of his last 5 at-bats, will now approach Brandon Woodruff and the home plate and takes a swing and misses 0-1. He approaches home plate to face Brandon Woodruff. That's chopped foul quickly, 0-2. Woodruff wheeling and dealing today, at least so far. As this fouled back out of play, still 0-2. Went backdoor with the slider. And late on a fastball, another foul ball. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. And Suarez is making Woodruff work a little. And the 1-2. Hanging curveball, got away with one. And we'll do it again. Strike 3, frozen with a fastball at the belt, 1 away. Suarez down looking, 7 Ks for Woodruff. Evan White 1 for 1 with a single. One of 2 Mariner hits thus far today. And swings through a fastball there, 0-1. Now swinging a miss on a change, 0-2. Lays off the slider on the outside part of the plate, or off the outside part of the plate. And now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away. Blew a fastball by him, his 8th K of the day, and that brings up Dom T. Williams, who grounded out in his first at-bat to Cabrera at short. And he takes the first pitch and knocks it foul, 0-1. And now swinging a miss on a change, 0-2. Just got a piece of the curveball, did Williams, still 0-2. And popped them up off the end of the bat. Olsen down from first on the infield grass will make the catch. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Woodruff. We go bottom 5. Yankees up 4-0 as Jorge Polanco 1 for 2 with a double, an RBI, a run scored. He's been a catalyst in these first 2 games of the playoffs. This is what the Yankees were hoping for when they traded for him. As this rolled over to the right side, going to be a tough play. Deep in the hole is Moore. He will fire to Flexen covering for the first out of the inning. And that brings up Joey Gallo, who doubled, drove in a run, and scored a run in his last at-bat. And he takes a cutter just off the plate, 1-0. Meanwhile, Emerson Hancock and Merrill Kelly warming in the Mariners' pen. In case this is Flexen's last inning of work at 58 pitches, as Gallo swings over the top of a changeup, 1-1. 60th pitch of the day from Flexen is off the plate, 2-1. And the 2-1 is fouled back out of play, 2-2. And Gallo spoils another one, still 2-2. And this one sliced foul, still 2-2. And that's off the plate, and the count goes full. Arenado on deck. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The 3-2 is skied to left, fairly deep. Rosarena back, but has room. Will make the catch, put out his counterpart, 2 away. Nolan Arenado had an RBI single in his last at-bat. He's the one who drove in Joey Gallo. And pops up the first pitch from Flexen. Shallow right. Williams is there. Makes the catch, and we go top 6. So the Yankees go in order here in the 5th. Still up, though, 4-0. Harry Ford flew out to right in his first at-bat. And takes a strike, 0-1. As that misses low, 1-1. There's a strike on the inside corner and at the belt, 1-2. And the slider just misses low, 2-2. Strike 3, frozen with the curveball, 1 away. Ford down looking. 9 Ks for Woodruff. As that brings up Dylan Moore, who's 0 for 1. And there's a strike, 0-1. Remember, Woodruff he was in a contract year yesterday, signed a 1-year extension as this is grounded to Arenado. He will fire to first, 2 away. Did not have a great regular season. Not as, just he had an all right one. He didn't have as good as the previous year. And that brings up Randy Arozarena, who struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. But a good postseason could mean a lot of money for Brandon in the offseason, as there's a strike, 0-1. And that's just off the plate, call, says the umpire. Woodruff does not believe him, as this one popped foul and out of play. 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a slider out of the zone. Arozarena has the hat trick. Woodruff has 10 Ks in 6 innings. We go bottom 6. The heart of the Yankee lineup due up. Emerson Hancock now making his third appearance, he made 2 appearances in the regular season. Had 1 save, a 1.5 ERA. Was a September call-up, but in 6 innings pitched as a long reliever. And made the postseason roster as Matt Olson, 1 for 2 with a single, will lead off. And smacks this up the middle, but because of the shift, Crawford is there, fires the first, 1 away. So a good start for Hancock, a highly touted prospect for Seattle. Brings up Avi Garcia, who's 0 for 2. Hancock, a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup pitcher. Swing and a miss, chase the slider out of the zone, 0-1. Garcia swings through a fastball, 0-2. Chris Stratton and Luis Sessa now warming for the Mariners. In the 0-2, swing and a miss late as he dials it up to 98, 2 away. And that brings up Jason Dominguez. Hancock, that 98 is his ceiling, but doesn't reach it, doesn't really rear back too often, as Dominguez is going to golf one to right center field and deep. It's going to split the outfielders and be 1 hop against the wall. Dominguez will hold with a 2-out double, as he just dropped the barrel head on it and golfed it right into the gap. And that brings up Michael Conforto, who in his last plate appearance hammered one 445 feet. A solo shot to give the Yankees at the time, well, where we're at right now, a 4-0 lead. And that was a curveball that Dominguez just dropped the barrel head on. And there's a pitch called a ball to Conforto. Well, they said it was off the plate. 1-0 to the Yankee DH. The 1-0. Further, this one definitely off the plate. 2-0. As Hancock trying to be careful with the tough lefty. A swing and a miss on an inside fastball now, 2-1. And I mentioned a tough lefty because Contreras, the righty, is due up next. The 2-1, and late on the fastball, popped him up. Right in front of home plate, now Ford drifts in the foul territory, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So Yankees strand a runner, and we go top 7. Yankees still up 4-0 as J.P. Crawford 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, and Brandon Woodruff still out there as Crawford fouls off a fastball, 0-1. And now this one chopped to Ozzy Cabrera. Oh, he booted it! Oh, Cabrera, that should have been, it wasn't the easiest play, but that should have been they're going to give him a hit on it. Ugh, I hate the scoring in this game as Michael Brantley takes one off the plate, 1-0. That should have been an error. Now that's off the plate, 2-0. And now 3-0. And you wonder now if, well, the wheel's coming off the cart a bit for Woodruff as This is what happens. Sometimes somebody makes an error, and Brandon kind of panics a little bit, as now the count comes back full. Strike 3 called. Brantley down looking. 11th K of the day for Woodruff, as Woodruff says the cart's just fine. Kyle Lewis now up at the plate, 0 for 2. Hammers one to left, fairly deep. Gallo is there, however. Now comes in a couple steps, makes the catch, 2 away. And that brings up Eugenio Suarez, who has struck out twice. Swings through a fastball, 0-1. Now that's off the plate, 1-1. And swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. And got him on the slider. Suarez has the hat trick. Get up and stretch. We're going bottom 7. Woodruff has a dozen strikeouts. It's 4-0 Yankees still. Wilson Contreras 0 for 2 will lead off here against Emerson Hancock as the shadows are starting to play a factor here at Yankee Stadium. And he fouls a fastball straight back at 97, 0-1. And now popped him up. Just missed that changeup. Evan White down from first makes the catch, 1 away. And that brings up Ozzie Cabrera, who reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score, and has also grounded out in his other at-bat. As he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. The 0-1 to the Ozman. Fouled back out of play, 0-2. Now that's way off the plate, 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike 3, 2 away. And that brings up Jorge Polanco, 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, a run scored. Has 3 doubles in 2 games thus far against the Mariners. Started the scoring with that double and really led to a big 3rd inning. As Polanco fouls this back out of play, count goes 1-1. He scored 3 in the 3rd and then a solo shot in the 4th from Conforto, and that is all the scoring today. As Polanco fouls off a high slider, 1-2. That's off the plate, 2-2. Emerson Hancock, so far so good, through an inning and 2/3, making his playoff debut here, especially at Yankee Stadium, as Polanco chops this up the middle. Dylan Moore is there, flips the first. Good scoop by White. We go top 8. Yankees still up 4-0. Evan White, 1 for 2 with a single today, one of 3 Mariner hits. Pops up the first pitch. Olsen down from first, near the mound. Makes the catch, 1 away. And that brings up Williams, who has popped out and grounded out. Popped out to second, grounded out to short, and now will fly out to left. Gallo is there, 2 away. And now Harry Ford 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly out. Swings through a fastball, 0-1. And now this one lined to first. Olsen catches it on the humpback liner. A quick 4-pitch inning for Woodruff. He might come out for the 9th now. Yankees still up 4-0. Joey Gallo 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, a run scored.
The left fielder, Joey Gallo.
And smacks this right down the left field line. Says, if you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it. And picks himself up another double. This one, as he beats the shift, he just chops it right down the 3rd baseline. And that brings up Nolan Arenado now 1 for 3 with a single.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, Nolan.
And Arenado to the right side. This will get Gallo to 3rd as Moore throws out Nolan, 1 away. And that brings up Matt Olson, who's 1 for 3 with a single today. Mariners will trade an out for the run. As Olsen fouls off a good curveball, 0-1. Just a little out in front of it. And now Olsen fouls off another, 0-2. Trying to keep everything down and into Olsen. That's off the plate, just off the plate, 1-2. Olsen, a rare lefty who really can't cover down and in as well. Now that's high, and the count goes 2-2. Good job to lay off the high fastball. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at the pitch in the dirt. Ford throws the first to complete the play. 2 away, and again the Yankees struggle to make just really good, significant contact with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. And now that brings up Avi Garcia, who's 0 for 3. And he takes a pitch low, 1-0. And Garcia late on the fastball, 1-1. And oof, out in front of the changeup, 1-2. That was the pitch to hit, and Avi knows it. And that's called a ball, 2-2, 50-50 pitch. Garcia took it. And now he's going to bloop this one to right. He will pick up Olsen as that's going to dunk in for an RBI base hit. Gallo will trot home. And Garcia picks up his 3rd RBI of the postseason. It's 5-0 Yankees as they get an insurance run here in the 8th. And that brings up Jason Dominguez, 1 for 3 with a double. He fouls a fastball straight back, 0-1. And now one blooped on the left field line, but this will slice foul and reach the seats, 0-2. And the 0-2 is off the plate, 1-2. So if Hancock, though, gets this out, the Mariners have to be thrilled. 1 run in 3 innings of relief to save the pen. As that misses high to Dominguez, 2-2, after it was taxed yesterday in a 2-inning outing by Eflin. The 2-2, skied to center, fairly deep, but Lewis is there, makes the catch, and we go top 9. But the Yankees score a run, a double by Gallo, a single by Garcia. We go top 9, and Brandon Woodruff, looking for the complete game shutout, will be the 9-1-2 hitters. Dylan Moore 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. And that's called a ball, says the umpire. 1-0. Very inconsistent umpiring tonight again, as this one is hammered to left center field. A changeup that got too much of the plate. The Mariners are on the board. Goodbye, baseball. Moore's first home run of the postseason, his 3rd RBI. And now the Yankees are going to get a couple of guys up in a hurry. Rosarina 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Takes a strike there, 0-1. And this one chopped to third. Arenado charges, fires the first, 1 away. Now that brings up J.P. Crawford, who's 1 for 3. And Woodruff's still out there at 94 pitches, as this one skied to left center field. Dominguez races over, makes the catch, 2 away. And the Mariners down to their last out, and it's Michael Brantley, 1 for 3 with a double tonight. He takes one high, 1-0. And that's off the plate, 2-0. Brantley struck out looking in his last at-bat. And this one lined to left, that's going to be a base hit. And that'll bring up Kyle Lewis, who's 0 for 3 Woodruff's still in there as Lewis takes one inside, 1-0. That's off the plate, 2-0, and it does look like at 100 pitches that Woodruff is now officially out of gas. This will be his last hitter as this is hammered foul, 2-1. Swing and a miss on a slider, though, 2-2. 103rd pitch of the day is popped up to right. Woodruff will get the complete game as Garcia makes the catch. He only gives up the 1 run here in the 9th. Woodruff, looking like his Cy Young self from last year, gets himself a dozen strikeouts. And the Yankees will now have an off day, will travel to Seattle. They'll go cross country with a chance to sweep the Mariners after a 5-1 win here in the Bronx following an 8-3 win in the Bronx. Woodruff, 9 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 12 Ks. Flexen, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 Ks. And the Yankees now lead the best-of-5 series 2-0. Woodruff, no surprise, your player of the game, also had no walks. Neither did Flexen, to be fair. So the Yankees win 8-3 and 5-1. And now it'll be Joe Musgrove versus Logan Gilbert. And if need be, it looks like Eflin on short rest would go game 4 against Robbie Ray, if necessary. Musgrove going to try and close the door, though. So you look at the calendar, Yankees up 2-0, Angels and Cleveland 1-1. The Padres now up 2-1 on San Fran, and Atlanta up 2-1 on St. Louis. So the only team with a chance to sweep, of course, right now are the Yankees. But the Padres and Braves are 1 game away from meeting each other in the NLCS. But that will have to wait until tomorrow. We are going to call it tonight, folks. I appreciate everybody who tuned in as always. But we'll wrap up hopefully the ALDS tomorrow and then start the ALCS. And then that'll go to Thursday. And then Friday, again, assuming we keep winning. Friday, wrap up the ALCS and start the World Series, and then wrap up the World Series next week. Again, this is all assuming that we keep on winning, but we'll see what happens. But Joe Musgrove, Logan Gilbert in Seattle. Gilbert won the wild card game that got Seattle to meet the Yankees, which is why he's the Game 3 starter and not the Game 1 starter. But until tomorrow, have yourselves a great night. And I will see you, I'll see you all tomorrow with more Yankees baseball. So, good night, everybody.